Hi, it's me, Jojo, and my husband.
That's me.
And we are here to give you our 2021 Oscar opinions.
Let's go.
Unlike last year, when we could go see all of these movies in movie theaters and they were kind of spread out throughout the year, all of these we saw within the last 3 months. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
So for half of them, you can watch them for free if you have the streaming service that it's on. And the other half, unfortunately, you have to pay to rent if you wanted to go watch them right now. 3 of those 4 that you have to pay to watch are $20 to rent.
Woo! That's about right for like a movie theater with popcorn though.
And the 4th one is only about $6 to rent right now.
We'll get there. So just like last year, we're going to talk about the movies in the order that we watched them. We'll give you the basic facts, writer, director. I think you've got that covered.
Yep.
I'll give you some fun facts about the movies,
Fun
behind
facts.
the scenes.
Fun
facts. And then I think we'll just talk about our opinion of the movie. And then by the end of this video, hopefully we will have ranked them worst to best.
In our opinion, and this is very subjective.
No, it's factual.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is the official ranking. You heard
Official
it here.
ranking. Okay, so should we start with the first movie?
We shall.
Okay. Promising Young Woman.
Not women, woman. Just like
Okay.
last year, we also each wrote down one word that we thought encompassed the movie. Okay,
Yes.
What was your word, Carter?
Gripping.
Gripping. Ooh, I like it. Cringy.
Oh.
As a woman watching Promising Young Woman, I felt so cringe.
There's a lot of tension and harassment in this movie, which is why I think you were so cringed out.
So it was written and directed by Emerald Fennell, who is nominated for Best Director. There are 2 women this year nominated for Best Director, which is a record. 2 out of the 5. You can rent that movie for $6. That's the cheap one because it's been out for longer. And I will say it kind of felt like you were watching a Quentin Tarantino movie because the way that they chose to phrase the plot has chapters.
I forgot about that.
Right? So I really liked the way that they told the story.
Yeah. Some fun facts I learned. The main love interest for Carey Mulligan, who plays the lead, is Bo Burnham. And he's a comedian who's our age. And we love him. We love his stand-up. He did lots of improv on the set. There was a really funny dinner scene where it was completely improvised. And actually, there's another great scene in a convenience store where he's trying to get Carey Mulligan's character to really let loose and have fun, and she like didn't want to let go, but he was just like having fun, and he like let her come out of her shell, which I thought was kind of cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I will say I really liked it as a young lady. It brought up a lot of good discussion points for you and me and how we experience life.
We talked a lot after this movie,
Yeah.
probably more than any other movie.
Yeah, I think that's a sign of a good movie because if it leads you to discuss things and it opens up your perspective and it just leads to good conversation, I think that movie did its job. Don't you?
Definitely.
So because of that, I really liked this movie.
Yeah, same.
I think maybe we should start it at like in the middle, like the 3rd spot.
All right.
Good start.
Trial of the Chicago 7.
Ooh, I did not expect to like this movie, but I really did. My word for this movie was enthralling because it's just a lot of conversation and you are just so enthralled in all of them.
That's good. I wrote Sorkin-y, so you have to kind of know.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. I mean, it was written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, so that only makes sense.
Yes.
And very talky.
It was very funny. I was not expecting it to be so funny. It was probably the funniest movie that we watched, would you say?
Yes. For Trial of the Chicago 7, you can watch it for free on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I will say, there are a couple of these that I'm going to give you a subtitle. Like, please put on subtitles for this one. They talk so much, and I feel like, I mean, when we're at home, we always have the subtitles on for movies, and this one, you definitely needed them. So, turn on subtitles.
Yep. Fun facts. So actually, this movie was sort of the brainchild of Steven Spielberg, and he and Aaron Sorkin developed the script back in 2007. I did not realize this. And due to budget reasons, the movie got put on hold for like years, obviously. But the funny thing is, Sacha Baron Cohen was cast 13 years ago as...
What?
What's his name?
As Abby Hoffman.
Abby Hoffman, yes. And so when Aaron Sorkin resurrected this movie, Sacha Baron Cohen called him and was like, I still have my part, right? Give me the part. Which was kind of funny.
I love that. Where should we rank this one?
Are we going to put it above Promising Young Woman or below?
I think above.
I would say above, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Nomadland.
What was your word?
Underwhelming.
I said peaceful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, underwhelming is a better word. I had heard so many good things about it, and it won the Golden Globe for Best Drama Motion Picture. But really, it was the most forgettable of all 8, would you say?
Absolutely. It kind of dragged on, and...
Yeah, this one really felt long, and it was only 108 minutes.
Yeah, and the narrative wasn't very cohesive. I don't know.
I mean, I think the whole point of the movie is to demonstrate that there are these people in America that just go from gig to gig across the states, and they live in vans, and they don't have a lot of good family connections and whatever. Yeah. But this was my least favorite.
Yeah, same.
It was written and directed by Chloe Zhao, who is the other woman nominated for Best Director. Go women. You can watch this movie for free if you have Hulu, so that's a good thing going for it.
Some fun facts.
Yay.
99% of the cast are just real people that play themselves, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
So you get to see actual real people who live in these RVs and are part of the culture. Frances McDormand also just asked Amazon, hey, can we film inside your packaging facility? And they said yes, because Frances McDormand's a legend.
Yeah,
so there are some really interesting scenes where she's working inside an Amazon factory, which you don't always get to see.
So 8th place?
So 8th place,
Okay.
Okay.
It wasn't bad, it just was boring.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Mank.
My word? Hollywood.
Ambitious.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
This is a movie that is all about Hollywood's golden age.
Yeah, the 1930s, right?
Yes, yeah. I think so.
At 131 minutes, by 1 minute, it's the longest of these 8. So
you can tell.
It's on Netflix. It was written by a man named Jack Fincher, and his son, David Fincher, directed it. And this movie originally was written in the 90s and finally was adapted to be made last year, 2 years ago.
You definitely just stole one of my fun facts.
Oh, no, sorry. Something that's really cool about this movie that I really enjoyed is that it's made to look like it was made in the time period that it's set in. So, of course, it's in black and white. And they even digitally altered some of the film to, like, make it all splotchy. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. You don't need to see Citizen Kane to appreciate this movie, but the whole movie is about the person who helped write Citizen Kane, along with Orson Welles. And David Fincher, as a director, he was really, I think, protective of this movie since it was part of his father's legacy, right? That his dad wrote this in the 90s. And so he would do hundreds of takes. Amanda Seyfried said one particular scene took 5 days to film. Just one scene. Anyway, I think I liked this movie a lot more than Joe did.
I thought it was so difficult to follow. This is another one that you definitely should turn subtitles on, because I remember this, like 30 minutes into the movie when we watched it, I had to pee really bad, so we paused it, and I thought we were halfway through. Because you have to learn so many names and so many people, and like time jumps around, so you really have to keep track of where you're at in the timeline, and it's kind of exhausting. Anyway, I think it should be second to last, but that's just me.
I disagree, but I'm gonna go with you since this is your YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sound of Metal.
What's your word?
My word is, I forgot. Let me read it. Oh, frustrating.
Oh, that's a good word. Because my word's hopeful.
It's got both.
It's got a lot of both.
I said frustrating because the main character makes a lot of choices that frustrated me as a person. It's not the movie's fault. I enjoyed the character, but the beginning, middle, and end all had some moments when I was like, are you serious? You're supposed to be learning lessons.
And maybe it's frustrating because we're both musicians, and it's about a drummer who loses his hearing. So Sound of Metal was written by Darius and Abraham Martyr and directed by Darius Martyr. Yeah, really enjoyed this one. I thought the acting was insanely good.
Incredible.
Insanely good.
It felt the most like an indie movie with indie music in the background, which is I think why you liked it so much. Just some fun facts about this. So Riz Ahmed, I think I'm pronouncing this correctly, played the main character, and he had to learn not only how to play the drums, because he's a drummer in the movie, but he had to learn a lot of ASL for the movie. So he spent 5 days a week for 7 months learning ASL and learning how to play the drums, as well as just getting really swole, because he's really ripped in the movie.
I will say with this one, if you're kind of adverse to screamo music, know that the first 2 or 3 minutes are the loudest, and then you never really hear that kind of music again.
Those first minutes are punishing on your ears.
Yeah, and that's not reflective of the movie as a whole, so just keep that in mind.
And where can you watch Sound of Metal?
You can watch it on Amazon. I don't think I liked it better than Promising Young Woman, so maybe we could put it right after.
Can we put him as a tie for now and
Yeah.
we can settle it later? Okay.
3 more to go.
Yes. Minari.
This word, that's so cute. My word, strong.
Okay.
Because it's about a family who has to be strong. And it's all about the little boy in the movie learning that he's strong. And the grandma having to be strong, right? It's all about being strong and emotionally strong and physically strong.
Okay, yeah. I said poignant.
Why poignant?
There were parts that were so emotional that really got us choked up, I think. It was just a sweet, wholesome movie with some really interesting dynamics going on between the characters.
It was written and directed by Lee Isaac Chung. I just really appreciated the way that this movie was shot and that they kind of leaned into, I don't know. I just like the way that they went about it, I guess.
Parts of it felt like a play in their mobile home. They staged it really, really well, so you could see all the different subtle dynamics at play. Fun facts, it's based on a true story, or at least inspired by some memories that the writer-director had coming to America in a Korean family. And Yoon Yo-jung is the first Korean actress that's nominated for an Oscar.
She was so good.
She played the grandma. She was fantastic, really quirky character that brought a lot of life into the movie.
And this is the other movie that got laughs. Trial of the Chicago 7 had some humor in it. This movie has a lot of humor in it also, despite it being technically a drama.
And a fun fact is that for Minari, the music was written before any scenes were filmed. So the composer read the script and started just hearing things in his head. And it's really beautiful if you go get a chance to check it out. I would put this above Promising Young Woman, would you? Is that our mid benchmark, or would you put it below?
I would put it below.
We can put it below Promising Young Woman and Sound of Metal.
Next,
Judas and the Black Messiah. Is it my word first?
It's your word first.
All right, educational.
Oh, okay. My word?
Yeah.
Sad.
With a period.
Sad.
So I said educational because I don't know a lot about the Black Panthers, and they were a really important group during the Civil Rights Movement. The movie was supposed to be a biopic about Fred Hampton, who was...
Did you say biopic or biopic? I think I say biopic and it's wrong.
I think so too. I think it's biopic.
So it's like bionic, biopic.
Yes, biopic.
Okay.
Did you ever used to play with biopicals?
Biopicals.
Yeah, but they realized it was getting a little too much, so they kind of narrowed it down. They said, let's make it a thriller instead. So why sad?
Okay, sad because there's 2 kind of main characters, right? There's Fred Hampton, who, side note, is a link to Trial of the Chicago 7, because in that movie they mentioned Bobby Seale and Fred Hampton's in the movie as a character. And the other one is Bill O'Neill. I don't want to give too much away, but neither of them have very happy endings.
Well, the title of the movie says a lot. So
yeah, it really does say a lot. It was written by Shaka King and Will Burson, and it was directed by Shaka King. This is the 3rd and final movie. I would say turn on the subtitles, especially because the guy that plays Fred Hampton, Daniel Kaluuya, is very British, and sometimes the way he talked, if I didn't
in a Chicago accent.
Yeah, if I didn't have the subtitles on, I would be very lost. Where should we put this one?
Would you put it above Minari?
No.
Would you put it above Mank?
Yes.
There it goes.
Okay, the final movie.
Yes, The Father. Or the original French is Le Père.
So, my word, heartbreaking.
Devastating.
This is the only movie that truly broke me. It's so
there.
good.
There were big sobs coming out.
So it's about a man that has dementia and his relationship with his daughter. And whoo, it really puts you in the shoes of the man that has dementia, right? So for a while, you're like, what is happening? What is happening? Right?
You're just as confused as him.
Yeah. It was written by Florian Zeller and Christopher Hampton, and it was directed by Florian Zeller. This is the shortest of the movies at 97 minutes.
Some fun facts. The movie plays with some horror tropes of narrow hallways and kind of scary doors being ajar, because that's what a lot of dementia patients have to go through as well. Not only confusion, but fear. My last fun fact is that Florian Zeller named the main character Anthony because he wrote the role for Sir Anthony Hopkins. I only want Sir Anthony Hopkins to do this, and if he says no, we're probably gonna have to do the whole thing in French.
Oh my god.
So Sir Anthony Hopkins was the only English language actor deserving of this, which was kind of crazy.
I mean, he crushes it.
He does. It's amazing.
So where should we put it?
Wow, what do you think?
This was one of my favorites.
Is it your absolute favorite?
No, but neither is Trial of the Chicago 7.
So, like, for me, Mank, Minari, and The Father are some of my favorites.
Okay, well, The Father definitely should go near the top. Maybe not the top spot.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say what the final is. So, in joint first, we have The Father and Trial of the Chicago 7.
Trial of the Chicago 7 had so many great moments. I think I would recommend that to people faster than I would recommend The Father, because The Father just breaks you down and crushes your soul.
Yeah.
So
But also is a really good movie.
Yes.
Like, it's a good movie that makes you think and trips you up and is a good experience.
So for the general public, I would say go watch Trial of the Chicago 7. It's good for anyone.
Well, anyone that can handle,
everyone. It's
a little violent.
Right.
Yeah.
But The Father, if you want an experience that is very emotional, and just go watch that. In joint third would be Promising Young Woman and Minari.
Followed by that, in fifth place is Sound of Metal. Followed by Mank in sixth, Judas and the Black Messiah in seventh, and Nomadland in eighth. Okay, we did it.
We did it. Yay. Wow. Ranked and done.
I think, unlike in years past, I didn't come into this with a clear favorite.
Yeah.
And that says something about the group as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of hard to distinguish which one's better because they're all very, very different.
If you want to go see a political thriller or like a sweet family drama, hi, Tarzan.
Hi, buddy.
Then there is something in here for everyone.
Yes. How about we give 3 more rankings? So what do you think had the best music? I have my answer. I think it's the 2 in joint third.
And I would say Minari had the best music.
Okay, which one do you think had the best acting?
Definitely Sound of Metal.
Mm-hmm, I would agree.
The best movie if instead of humans, they had animals playing all the parts.
Ooh, okay. I think Nomadland, because that'd be hilarious to watch them all drive cars.
Just out in the desert. I think Mank would be hilarious because they're wearing these like glittery like Hollywood costumes.
Wigs and makeup,
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
Well, what did you think? Did you watch any of these 8 movies? Let us know. Comment below. That rhymed. If you liked what you saw here and you like Carter being in videos,
then don't ever contact us again.
Yeah.
Feel free to subscribe because I don't know if you know this, but subscribing is the best way you can support your YouTuber friend that you love.
And I'll see you next week.
Cool.
Bye.
Promising.
Oh, wait, ready?
Together. Trial
of the Chicago. Judas. Sorry.
Why are you pausing?
Sorry. So it was written and directed. So